So I have been craving okpa for the longest time. The last time I ate okpa was like a year ago. I mean, that time I made it. I brought bambara nuts flour from home, and today I was craving it badly, and I was like, let me make it the way my grandma taught me. Let me see if I still have that touch. Okpa is a local dish eaten in Nigeria. It is mostly eaten by the people from the eastern part of Nigeria, but we eat it and we used to make it. My grandma used to sell it. So let's see if I still remember how to make it the way my grandma taught me. So I'm in the kitchen. Back then, my grandma used to tell me that to get the best okpa, it's in the ingredients and the mixing. And so she would always tell me that if you want to make it right, make sure you mix it well and mix it at the right time in the right consistency. I remember my grandma had to stop selling okpa because she felt like things were very expensive and she didn't want to water down her quality, and so she felt like people will not be able to afford it if she wants to still maintain the same quality. So instead of giving people low quality okpa, it's better not to do it at all. And so she stopped. When when I see her make this okpa, one of the things that was very consistent is that her okpa had a very different taste because of the mixing, because of the quality. I mean, it's just simple ingredients, just pepper, salt, red oil, and hot water. But you see, the mixing is what matters. How you mix it, when you mix them. I mean, you have to put the red oil. If you don't, imagine not putting the red oil or putting something else. And then there's this very secret ingredient, the oziza seed. You kind of give it this very, very, very nice taste and nice aroma. And you see the consistency. I've seen okpa that people say, oh, it became very watery. It's one part is whitish, one part is not very, very, it's not mixed well. One is strong, it's in the mixing actually. You can see the consistency of it's not very, it's watery, but then you can see that all the oils are mixed together. There's sometimes some people mix it and then they start adding oil later, and then you see that the oil is on top, they finish tying it, and then the oil is gathered somewhere. It's all because of the mixing. You see, there's even distribution of the oil. It's not spread across or centered somewhere. One thing about making okpa is mixing. The mixing. You keep mixing, you keep turning and keep turning. That's the best way to get it. It's not something you turn and leave, you keep turning and turning and turning and turning and turning. So it's just so if you probably someone who have been struggling to make the right okpa, maybe it's in your mixing, maybe the consistency, maybe the oil. Why are you wondering where? And you see, it's watery, but you don't have to pour so much water. And then one interesting thing is the tying of the okpa. My grandma taught me how to tie okpa. It's a very different ball game. It's not something. It's like a technique. I remember it took me like few. It took me a while to learn how to tie it. As a teenager, I would help my grandma to tie this okpa, and then she would show me, okay, Esther, hold it like this, put it like that, do it like this, and then. But one thing, you see that each time you are putting it, you have to keep turning it. You have to keep turning it so it doesn't settle. I discovered that this thing settles a lot. It just settles easily before you know it's settling. So if you don't turn it, that's why you see that some okpa. You see some very, very whitish. Some have like whitish patch somewhere. Some have like this you see sand even at some parts. You see maybe the ingredients gathered somewhere. Each time you are doing it, you have to keep turning and turning and turning and turning it each time, and then there's a way to tie it. You see the techniques. You gather the leather, the plastic together, and then you tie it in certain way, because if you don't tie it well, it also affects how your patterns out. That's why for the making of this okpa, everything is about the process. Everything has a process. If you don't do it well, every step can impact the quality of your okpa or the output of how your okpa turns out. Like, you don't have to just tie it anyhow, because if you don't tie it well, the okpa can be become somehow will not it affects it. You wonder why your okpa is shapeless. Maybe this is it. This is the way my grandma taught me. Back then, we even used to have like we used to have this long plastic where we tie it with ropes, and so that when somebody wants to buy, you just use a knife to cut it. I used to enjoy selling this okpa. I would sell. I would wake up early in the morning to sell okpa, and then in the night, in the evening too, we'll sell okpa. I used to help my grandma to sell it, and before you know, people used to buy a lot because the okpa was very tasty. It's something a lot of people take. I grew up with my grandma earlier in the village, so people used to take okpa to the farm and use it and take it with gruel. And so early in the morning, we have to wake up early so that people would be able to. People go to farm very early, so they have to like wake up early to get this, to be able to buy the okpa. And then in the evening, some people just take it for evening, maybe part of their dinner and something like that. You see the way it's done is very different. And then one very important step is shaking it. I mean, people wonder, this step is one that is very important. If you're wondering why your okpa will get very, maybe it gets very strong, or the ingredient gathered one side, this is it. You have to shake it and shake it and shake it very well. And then water has to be boiling before you put it. You can't put it inside cold water. It has to be a boiling water. So water that is boiling and boiling. And then you put it inside and leave it for like 40 minutes to an hour. For me, it was just 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, see, it's ready. I mean, look at the beauty. It's so nice. I mean, you needed to taste this okpa. And you see, this okpa, it was not strong. It was just very soft. You're wondering why your okpa is strong. I'm sure when you try it, you would see. You'd see the beauty. You see how beautiful it looks. I mean, beyond how it looks, it tastes really nice. You see that even the way it looks is from the looks. Somebody saw the picture of my okpa and he said, even from the looks, you don't need to be told that this okpa is very nice. From the look, it is very, very nice. And you see me eating the okpa. Sincerely, it's very tasty. You should try this. If you've been struggling to make okpa before, you should try this recipe. And trust me, you would like it. Maybe I'll think about sharing other recipe that my grandma taught me. But I hope that with this recipe you can try making your own okpa. Trust me, you would really, really love it, and you would not struggle with it. Okpa is a very sweet delicacy, something you should try, and it's made from baba and not flour. I said it earlier. I mean, you should try it.